Hey everyone, I think we're live. Yeah, we're going to get started in just a couple of minutes. All the others are joining. How was your day so far, guys? Tudor, Vladi?
It's going good.
Yeah,
Yeah, pretty good actually. Pretty good.
John just joined us. How you doing, John? All right.
Perfect. Actually, Caesar, I'm not sure how much we can share, but um, I was looking over the AI agents,
Mhm.
and I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah, yeah, me too. Me too. Me too. We're actually getting close to releasing it to closed beta this
Yeah,
week.
but yeah, exactly. And to be honest, I cannot wait to get some feedback from our customers and see where we go with that. And yeah, seems really stable, and I love it. I think
Yeah, I had
our clients will like it.
for sure, for sure. I had the chance to test it out myself, and trust me, you cannot know that you cannot comprehend that you're talking with an AI. Yeah, with an AI,
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
like
no, that's
real
insane to
human.
me.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. But yeah, we're gonna share more news as soon as we can, and I
perfect.
think we can get started. Hey everyone, and welcome to our session of Live with Smartphone. This is your weekly space to ask questions, share wins, and discover workflows that help your business grow. I'm Cesar, Integration Manager here at Smartphone, and I'll be your host today. And joining me are Vladi from Sales and Tudor from our support team. If you're
Yes.
joining us in Zoom, you can drop your questions in the chat or simply raise your hand if you'd like to speak with us directly. And if you'd like to get the recording of this meeting and automatic reminders for future sessions, you only need to register once, and we'll post a link for the future sessions on our channels and in the Zoom chat as well. Every week, we go live for 30 minutes to connect with you, our clients, prospects, and industry friends. So, this is your time to ask questions about a product and its functionality, see how others are using smartphone in their workflow, share feedback that helps shape where we go next. And our goal is to help you scale smarter, one week at a time. And our format is simple. We're going to kick off with a quick highlight, which can be a feature or an important update we think will help you get more out of smartphone. And then we'll open the floor to your questions live right here. I want to kick things off with some exciting news. We have our Black Friday promo, which is now officially live. And if you're currently on smartphone starter or standard and you upgrade to Pro this week, we will instantly add 8,000 minutes worth of credit to your account. So this is a great way to unlock all the advanced Pro features and get a huge boost in usage right from the start. And by the way, this is available for both new and existing customers. And I will drop the link in the chat so you can check out the details and take advantage of the offer. I'm gonna put it right here. There we go, just did. And also, don't forget that we now offer a paid A2P registration service. So for a one-time fee, our team will handle the entire setup for you, which is the registration, the submission, and the management of getting your A2P campaigns approved by the carriers. So we really think that you should take advantage of that because it will take some weight off your shoulders. All right, so quick pivot. Today, Vlad is going to walk us through smrtDialer, which is our built-in power dialer designed to help your team move through lead lists faster without losing the human touch. In the next few minutes, you'll see how campaigns are set up, how agents progress through leads, and how the system manages dialing efficiently across lists, whether uploaded directly or pulled from your CRM. And as you watch, think about where this would save your reps time or tighten your follow-up process. And of course, you can drop your questions in the chat. We'll hit them right after the demo. And Vladi, over to you.
Thank you very much. And hello, everybody. Thank you for attending today's live session. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and walk you guys through the main benefits and the power that smrtDialer can bring to your business. So on the left side menu on the smartphone dashboard, smrtDialer will be the fourth icon. You can access it and then you will be able to build lists that take form of campaigns. This is going to be the screen where you will have the active campaigns or the ones you're still aiming to call. And then at any time you can archive a campaign and it will be displayed here under the archived ones, which also allows you to restore them in case you need later on any KPIs or fully delete them by clicking on the icon on that most right. Now, once you have the lists in place, you need to think about who you want to have from your team assigned as callers. smrtDialer works based on seats. smrtPhone, for example, on the other hand, can have everybody on, but smrtDialer can have just specific agents that you assign for acquisitions, operations, or for any cold calling ones, for example. Nevertheless, the seats will be here. Sorry, and once you assign agents to them, they will be able to initiate phone calls through the dialer. So this is the place where you first need to come to assign your agents. You can also set up the call statuses or dispositions. And once that is in place, the campaigns page will be where you start building your lists. I'm going to go ahead and create a new one just so we can walk through the steps that you need to take to generate lists. So first you'll need to name the campaign. So this of course needs to be something specific based on what list you guys want to call. So for example, if I want to do a cold calling list, I'm going to name it, let's say accordingly, November 2025. Then caller IDs, when it comes to this section, you essentially choose the phone numbers out of your smartphone pool of numbers that the system will utilize to initiate phone calls. And the more you have, the better it is as a good practice here because the system cycles them out. So essentially, each call will be initiated from one caller ID at a time, which means that, for example, if I'm doing 500 calls and I have 10 numbers, each number will initiate approximately 50 calls. So just keep that in mind, use as many as you are comfortable with, and depending on how large the list is, I'm gonna go with 5 for today's example. The number of lines I'll go to maximum to a number of 4 lines, which means that the system will dial out 4 numbers at the same time. Ring time, this can go down to 15 seconds or up to a minute. Depending on your strategies, you can choose a time that's suitable for you. I'm gonna go with 30 seconds because I want to leave voicemails. If you do not want to leave voicemails, for example, I know that is also a practice. You can go down to 15 seconds so you can call through the list even faster. Phone number depth right next to it will mean or will reflect the amount of numbers that the system attempts to call per individual contact. So if your leads have more than one number, you want to make sure that you select the amount that equals to the highest possible amount of numbers that the customer has or that the contact has. As a good practice, in my opinion, and this is what I always recommend to my clients on demos, on one-to-ones, you can go to 10 to the maximum value. That pretty much ensures you are going to be calling all numbers of your leads, even though they may have a different amount, such as 3, 5, 7. When it comes to the media section at the bottom here, these things are super powerful for your campaign. The voicemail drop recording, to start with this one, this is a functionality of the dialer designed to save you time, because what it does is the system provides you with the ability to set up or configure a pre-recorded generic message that you are comfortable with pushing to any voicemail inbox. So whenever a lead doesn't pick up, you can push this recording and save the time that you would invest in recording the message yourself manually at that time, basically to each voicemail inbox. So this is voicemail drop recording. On the other hand, the callback drop recording, this is designed for the multi-line version of the dialer, and it is designed to enhance the chances of having your lead answer a second time if the first time they answer, you are already connected on another line. So for example, if I were to call John on line 1 and Mary on line 2, if John answers first, I'll connect to him. But then if Mary does answer too, she'll receive the callback drop recording. Basically, she'll be informed, hey, I can't really talk right now. I'm going to call you right back. And once that happens, the dialer places Mary in a priority queue, which means after I finalize the call with John, the dialer will not move forward to any other leads until I call Mary. So these are the two recordings, and then to the right, the hold music will essentially represent the music that your contacts will hear or leads will hear when you place them on hold. And you have a large list here. I usually go with classical. Then to also talk a little bit about those toggles. So call recording, this is very straightforward. You can either keep the calls recorded or turn this feature off. And then for the AI tools, and up here, the GeoCaller ID, these two things are pro functionality, so you need smartphone pro to have them, but they are very powerful. So GeoCaller ID, this is designed for larger lists that are from different markets. So when you call in different regions or different area codes, GeoCaller ID, what it does for you is it matches the area code of your number automatically, which of course enhances the response rates and helps you in connecting with more leads and having more opportunities to convert them. AI tools, on the other hand, will help you on the data management side. So the tools generate transcriptions based on your recordings, and then throughout the transcription, it highlights specific keywords that you can configure in the settings section. And it also generates summaries, so you can save time by analyzing the summary instead of going through the whole transcript, or you can identify when specific keywords such as schedule viewing or pricing or follow-up were mentioned. And once again, these are pro features, so if you would like to take advantage of them, you would need to have Smartphone Pro as your subscription. Once this page is fully configured, so you have the numbers, number of lines, ring time, phone number depth, the recordings, and any toggles turned on or off based on your preference, you do save and continue, and then the dialer will provide you with the lead source options. Considering the fact that our viewers here may have different CRMs, I have opted for our account that is not plugged into any CRM currently, which means that the only option will be the Excel spreadsheet. Nevertheless, when it comes to different CRM integrations that we have, the functionality differs. So if you guys would like to go through a one-to-one demo based on your CRM connection, we can definitely schedule a meeting, and I would very much love to connect with you and show you how it looks like and how it works based on the CRM that you're using. But as of right now, we're going to stick to the Excel one. Which is also available on all of our CRM connections, and it is, in my experience, used mostly for cold calling operations because it provides you with the advantage of also being able to transfer the data from the Excel spreadsheet into your CRM on most of our connections or integrations. This means that you can skip trace a list, maybe do a DNC scrubbing against the national list, and once you have the list ready to dial through, you can come into smrtDialer and upload it, just like I'm gonna go ahead and upload mine right now. So I chose the file from my computer, now I save and continue, and the last step until the campaign is fully created will be to match the fields up. So I'm gonna have the first name field, last name, phone number. If you have multiple numbers, you can click this add here and map them out. I only have one per lead, so I'm going to stick to that. Then the email address and the property details a little bit to the right. Just so you know right off the bat, these are predefined fields, so they are default. You can't customize any specific fields. However, depending on your list, you can map as many as you can see here under the target columns, which on the additional fields can contain things like property type and age, if any repairs are needed, minimum and maximum offer amount, a lot of real estate focused fields and data. Once everything is mapped out here, the last step is just to start the import. And now the campaign is ready to go. I can start dialing by going to Overview and then clicking on New Call Session. But before I do that, I would like to take the moment to show you something in settings. So here in settings, before starting to dial out, you can pre-configure some things such as a call script, which is very powerful for newer employees, or if you simply want to give them a guideline or a script that they should follow. This can be configured by either typing or creating it from scratch, or by copying and pasting the information that you may have on a different source. Once you set this up, it will always be displayed on the right side of the screen when you are connected on a call or when your agents are, which again helps them in handling the conversation and making the most out of their time with the lead. Besides that, you can also configure the filters, which are really good in filtering or taking out of the list the bad leads, let's say, the ones that may not be interested or that they do not want to talk to you. So the status filters here in the middle, they take out any lead alongside all of their numbers when selected. So for example, if I were to dial a contact that has 5 numbers in my list and they answer on the first number and say, hey, look, I'm not interested in your offer, please don't call me, I'm going to be choosing not interested as the call status or disposition, which, because it's turned on here under filters, will skip the contact alongside all their numbers. Usually the dialer would go to the second, third, fourth, and so on numbers of that contact, but because I choose a status filter, it simply skips that contact altogether. And this can apply to different dispositions that indicate that this lead should not be dialed again. Then on the right side, we have the wrong number filters. They have a similar functionality, but they do not skip the entire batch of numbers of a contact. They skip just the one number I called, which means that they are indicated to be used with wrong number dispositions, dead numbers, or anything around that. Once you have the filters in place, once you also have potentially a script in place, you can save the settings here at the bottom, and then your campaign is ready to go. As you can see, it imported 10 leads in my case. I can also double check my leads via this eyeball, which allows me to have a preview of my contacts with their full name, phone number, email address, and the property address. And once you've double checked everything, you can start calling by clicking on New Call Session. This will be the first page that pops up. The dialer will wait for you to give the signal before it initiates the calling session. In the top right, you will be able to mute and unmute yourself throughout the entire session, take a break, and also close the session when you are done. And then in the very top right, underneath this settings section, you will be able to adjust the theme and also turn on and off 2 features or functionality that the dialer provides, which are designed to save time. So auto resume calling, this restarts the dialing process when you finalize a call, so you don't need to click on call next lead, the alternative to having it turned on. And the AI voice detection is a feature that saves you even more time by detecting in an automated manner whenever you connect to a voicemail inbox, and by pushing the pre-recorded voicemail drop that we talked about a couple of minutes ago for you from the settings. And there is also an alternative to that, which I'll show you in a couple of moments. So let's hit start and get some calls going. As you can see, line 1 already connected. Line 2, it appears as the contact on that line also answered. So they got the callback pushed. Same thing on the 3rd and 4th line. Since I'm on line 1, even though they answered, I can't connect to them. So the system pushed the callback drop recording exactly as I mentioned when we were setting up the campaign. And now that we are on line 1, we have the lead information here. So we have first and last name, property address, city, state, zip code, phone number, and the email address. Throughout the middle of the page, we have the menu that can be used while on a call. So you can use a keypad in case they have any menu, send a follow-up SMS or any text message, drop the voicemail. This would be the alternative to the AI voice detection. So the AI voice detection doesn't connect you to the voicemail inbox. So you hear, please leave a message after the beep. It simply pushes the recording for you automatically. So it saves you quite some time because you won't have to connect, listen until it beeps, and then click on drop voicemail. Then you can also transfer the call to a contact or a phone number or to a teammate, hold and resume the conversation. And lastly, you can hang up or disconnect from the phone call. Once the call is hung up, you can send again an SMS. And then at below that, you're going to have a menu that allows you to flag any issues that you had with the call. Please do, because it helps us in keeping the platform stable and in making sure we are on top of any outages or bugs. If all went well, you just do all good. Notes, this is a place where you can write down relevant information that you gathered throughout the conversation. And this is usually logged in the CRM that you have an integration with or in the call logs inside of smartPhone. Then below that, there is a small integration with Google Maps for a preview of the property. And in the bottom left, we have the phone number that we are using. And if you have multiple ones, these will change. This will be cycled out. And communication history shows you the prior interactions that you had with this contact. They can be regular calls, smrtDialer calls, or even text messages. And to the right, we have the call script. These would be the main things that you're going to be seeing on your pages when you do a calling session. And these are going to be the main things that you will be utilizing on a day-to-day basis when working with smrtDialer. And then to finalize the call and wrap it up, you can click on Finalize Call and choose a disposition. And if I were to choose DNC or not interested, this contact would be skipped alongside all their numbers. And if I choose wrong number, this number of the contact will be skipped, just to refresh the information that I just provided about the filters. So now I'm going to do callback, and because I have auto resume calling turned off, the dialer will stop here for a moment and waits for me to click on call next leading callback. So if I turn it on now and then go ahead and initiate another call.
Please leave a message after the beep.
The system, once I hang up and disposition this call, will not wait for me anymore. It's just going to dial out
Leave a message after
through the
beep.
list in an automated manner. So now if I turn on the AI voice detection tool
Please leave a message after the beep.
and hang this phone call up and choose a disposition for it, now the system will initiate another batch of 4 calls because we emptied the callback queue. And as you can see, whenever it connects to a voicemail inbox, it gives this message that the voicemail was pushed and then just goes ahead and dials out through the next leads. So this is how the dialer works with both of them turned off as well as on. The overview here will show you how much you have left from the session and how much time was spent throughout this session, as well as in break. And then the session log will show you the calls that were done throughout this session. Now I'm going to hang this phone call up, close the session, and to touch base really quick on some of the, let's say, KPI or metric sections that you can analyze. This session log page or section of the page will be very valuable because you can click on any session that was done and you will be able to identify how much time was spent dialing, talking, in break, in idle, or finalizing calls throughout that session. You can also see exactly when it started and ended. And you have some call statistics too, which show you how many calls were made, how many were not connected out of the total ones, the number of DNC leads, as well as the number of converted leads. Besides this, you also have the call logs right here under the second eyeball. And once you click on that, you'll be able to see all the calls that were done throughout this session. You can also filter them at the top based on disposition, from or to numbers, price, or duration. And if you want to see the notes, for example, you need to click on the log anywhere. So if I click here between the numbers, it's going to open up the call details section that shows us the recording, the notes, and pretty much all the details that you would need. So this is smrtDialer in a nutshell. Of course, this is only the Excel type of upload for the campaigns. Once again, we're very open for one-to-one meetings and for specific demos based on your integration or based on the CRM that you're using. So I'm going to go ahead and drop the links into the chat, and I'm looking forward to having you guys on sessions such. And right now, this is what I had prepared for you. So right now, we're going to be open to your questions related to what I showed so far today or any other topic. Thank you.
Thanks, Vladi, as well. It was an awesome demo. As he just mentioned, we're here to answer any questions you might have. And we already had our first issue raised by Philip regarding the go on a break and pause buttons, which apparently are not working for him. As Tudor mentioned, Philip, we're gonna investigate the situation and we will make sure to follow up with you to make sure that we fix this. All right, let's see. Any questions regarding what Vladi just showed you, or anything in particular related to smartphone? It can be an idea you have, a feature request, something that you would like implemented, feedback of any sorts. So anything, we're here to listen to you and help you.
Really good showcase, Vladi. Really good showcase.
Thank you, Tudor. Appreciate it.
And Philip, as Caesar mentioned, I'll personally go look into on a break and also pause to make sure that everything works. And we will update you via email, so no worries on that.
Philip just raised his hand. Vladi, do you have an idea how do I let him?
Yep, I'm gonna take care of that in a second.
Thank
Just
you.
a moment.
Thank you. Zoom is killing me.
Let's bring him in. Hey, Philip. Just so you know, Mr. Philip, you can talk whenever you want. We should be able to hear you right now.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we can. Hi, Philip.
Hi. I know this is probably a question you get over and over and over, but this is my first time here, so I'm going to ask it. I did a bunch of calling with the CRM integration last week using smrtDialer. And both time, well, I was calling all week and I kept noticing my answer rates were going down. So then I go and check the numbers. Of course, they've been marked spam likely. And I don't know what is a strategy to use to make your numbers not be spam likely if you're calling, 1,000 calls a day. What can you suggest?
That's a really good question, Mr. Phillips. So what we suggest as a good practice would be to have roughly a maximum amount of 50 calls per number per day. You can go to the 70s, let's say, but not more than that. And the main thing that you want to look for is consistency. So you would want to have the same amount of calls throughout the day. And if I may share my screen again, I'm going to show you some of the things that you can do in the back end, let's say, as well. So we have the Trust Center here on smartphone. This is our compliance portal of the platform, which allows you to get verified with StarShaken as well as CNAM. So both of those should diminish the chances of having your numbers flagged or marked as spam. So we highly recommend to take advantage of those. Most likely you already have StarShaken. I'm unable to check as of right now. But
I do.
CNAM is an optional one, so you may not have that. We do advise to take advantage of it as well. Basically, it provides you with the ability to display up to 15 characters to accompany your phone number when you're calling out. So that would be, for example, your business name.
Yep, got
This
that
is
too.
all right. And then there is also the article called "My Number Has Been Marked as Spam," which I'm gonna drop in the chat here in a moment. If you go on this article and take the time to read it, you're going to identify multiple metrics that the carriers look at, and you can, let's say, adjust your strategies and practices around them, as well as two databases called Free Caller Registry and First Orion, where you can submit your phone numbers to enhance their protection even further and diminish the chances of having them flagged even more.
Okay.
Yep.
If I may add, Vladi,
Please.
it's also important to gradually warm up the numbers. Because if you purchase a number and you start cold calling right away from it, that's a bad flag. That's a red flag for the carriers. So you can try to make a few calls the first day and then gradually up the number of calls. That would help as well. In
How do you, excuse me for interrupting, how do
of
you
course.
um, control what the dialer does as far as only 50 calls on this number, etc.?
It's actually we don't really control that, Philip. It's a really good question from a technical point of view. And Vladi, as mentioned, we recommend you to do so, especially if that's a heavy used business phone number. That's our recommendation, where we pretty much saw that the spam ratio it's low to almost not existing. But again, as Caesar and Vladi mentioned, it's really depending on how you guys are using the phone number and how many outbound calls and minutes and how many invalid phone numbers or landline phone numbers or if you guys got reported as spam or marked as spam by the leads. There are so many criterias. Unfortunately, I don't think there is one universal solution for this. We have a really good blog post, and actually, I think even Caesar shared something on the chat right now, which
Yeah,
really
yeah.
worked.
I shared some yeah, I shared some things you can try there, but if you don't have the CNAM, try and activate that first and see if that helps. And if the numbers have already been marked as spam, you can open mislabel remediation tickets with the major providers, and I posted there the links that you can
Okay.
where you can go to. And we're more than happy to schedule another meeting with you to talk specifically about that if you want.
Okay.
And Vladi, if you can share the links to our
Absolutely.
calendars where Philip can book a meeting so we can discuss that in more detail. But we will try do our best so we can help you get through this.
Okay, but what I'm reading is there's no real like automated way to manage this, so I'll have to be manually doing it, like maybe making sure that each campaign is only got 50 name. Well, even that won't work because every name has 10 numbers or whatever. Yeah. We'll have to figure it out on a different call or
It's yeah. I will say meet a bit with somebody from Vlad's team and see exactly how you are using the system, and maybe we can provide you with some advices based on it. But
Hmm.
again, and for everyone listening to this and the live meeting, keep in mind it's just a recommendation from us. And unfortunately, Philip, as you said, there is no automated solution provided by any of the carriers that exist right now on the market. If there is a solution to reduce the spam, like in a blink of a second, we will we will research and implement that. No worries.
Right, right.
And to add on that, Philip, we've also received a feature request where the system can automatically can automatically manage the number of calls you're making from a specific number. And if it exceeds that number, it will be placed into, let's say, a bucket, and
Yeah.
it will automatically use the other numbers you have on file. And we're working to get that idea shaped up into an actual feature request. And we will provide an update once we have it. So we're working on a solution to automate that process so that the system can automatically temporarily disable one number from you being able to dial from it.
Mhm.
And that will also help, in our opinion.
Okay, that sounds good. A step in the right direction. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. You're more welcome. You're more than welcome. Okay. Do we have any other questions from Philip or anyone else?
Not for me.
Thank you,
Thank
Philip.
you, Philip.
I will keep you updated on that issue that you pointed out.
Okay. Thanks.
All right. Okay. Well, I think it's time to end the session. Big thanks to everyone who joined us live today, and to Vladi and Tudor for jumping in. And thanks for spending time with us. We'll see you next week. I wish you have a good day, and till next time. Take care, guys.
Take care, guys.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
guys.
Bye.
Happy Thanksgiving. Bye-bye.